So Google Shopping has changed, and we are working more and more towards automation, but we have still a lot of work to do in terms of product optimization when it comes to running Google Ads campaigns to your product pages. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a essential Google Shopping guide that you can use in 2024 so you can still make your brand work with Google Ads. In case you don't know me, my name is Floris van Vleuten. I am the owner of Amplifize, which is the Google Ads agency, and we're generating multiple seven figures a year for all of our clients in our portfolio just from running Google Ads campaigns properly to their websites. So let me just walk you through some of the results that we are getting. This is our website. Feel free to take a look here. And we have some screenshots that we have generated results in. So as we're going to see, like in 2023 to 2024, we generated 3 million right here. Return on ad spend between, like, I would say between 4 and 6, which is a good return on ad spend, especially when you think about the fact that we are running mostly non-branded campaigns, because we believe in that non-branded is the most effective way of running Google Ads, since your organic results will probably get the branded results, depending on the case, of course. But just to show that I know where I'm talking about today. So as I said, we definitely know a thing or two when it comes to the shopping placement and basically running Google Ads for the product listing ads and generating some good profits from that. So let me guide you through the 3 most important subjects to run ads successfully, which is 1, the product feed; 2, the product page, obviously, because if somebody clicks, the person lands and he has to convert. And then 3, using the right account structure. And if one of these 3 is not ideal, you won't get the desired results. So if your product feed is messed up, you won't get any sales. The same goes for the page. So you can have your optimized feed and a good account structure, but if your page is messed up, you won't get any conversions. And the same goes for the account structure, because you can have a good feed and a good product page, but if you don't know how to run ads properly, you're missing out on a lot of profits. So I'm going to walk you through everything so you know exactly what to do and basically how to set up the Google Ads yourself, right? So as I said, we start out with the product feed. And the product feed is the first thing because it's the most, I would say, you have to start optimizing your product feed before you do anything else. And of course, we have the product page. If you're an advertiser, the product page is a bit out of your hands, but you can still analyze it. However, if you're running ads, we always start with the product feed, excuse me. The most important things in your product feed are the titles. And what we always do is we include keywords in the title, because the title is the most, I would say, important attribute for Google to read, like, the data from your feed. And based on primarily the title, it determines which keywords to trigger your ads on, right? So what we do is we do a extensive research with the Google Ads Keyword Planner. It's just a free tool for all advertisers out there. And of course, you could use like SEMrush or Ahrefs or any other keyword tool for that matter. But I think that Google Ads Keyword Planner is very effective, and also it's from Google Ads. So I just like working within the same platform, right? And how the Google Ads Keyword Planner looks like is this. So let's say, for example, we are in the United Kingdom, right? And we're talking English there, of course, and we are in the UK. We are looking for a studio light. Let's see what kind of results we get for a studio light, right? So it has some time to load, and then we see the average monthly searches, and we also see the keywords, the changes, the year-on-year changes, and whether or not the competition is high. And then, last but not least, the top of the page bid for low range and high range. And as we can see here, definition of low range and high range is the top of the page bid. Low range shows the lower range of what advertisers have historically paid for keywords top of the page bid, etc., etc. So what I like to do when I explain this to one of our clients is, when we have like a busy day and like much competition and the relevancy might not be 100%, we are probably going to hit the high range in terms of CPC. And then on the other hand, if we have like a less busy day or the relevance is very high, then we have a top of the page bid low range. So what we always do is we try to play around with the bids and take an average of this and then see how the top search impression share is. But maybe I go a little bit too deep in the information. So what Google Keyword Planner does is it suggests a lot of keywords based on the keywords that you provide, right? So we have studio light. We have submitted that as a keyword, and then we get a big list with a lot of volume for all the keywords that are relevant to that specific search term. So what we like to do is to filter out the most important ones and add those to the product title. And depending of if you have like a big variety of products, you should probably do this a couple times. You could fact check with those tools that I just mentioned earlier. But what I like to do is if we have one product or like one very specific product category, then we use those same titles to put in there as well. And what I see a lot of brands making mistakes in is basically when they are using their own created product name and they use that only in their product title. That's not the right way to do it. So, in terms of both SEO and running properly Google Ads, you want to include keywords and like the general product name as your keyword title on the page and on the feed as well. And we can like basically stuff the feed with a lot of keywords that might be relevant. So they don't have to be like exactly the same, the SEO title and the product title in your feed. But I would suggest if you want to have some SEO results as well, to put the keywords in the title on the product page. And then besides that, you put in some extra keywords in the product feed title. So that's basically how we determine which keywords to use in the title. And we always play around with it a little bit. Depending on how many of the same products we have, we can basically A/B test with different product titles. We analyze the search terms and then see whether or not it's a relevant search term. Maybe we can exclude it. Maybe we have to make some adjustments, and that's all based on the performance when the ads are running. But I would say if you're starting out, just try to stuff the keyword like the product title with dividers, of course, and yeah, it will probably look way better because you know what you're talking about, and you will probably reach your audience better as well. So that's the title. Then we have the images. You want to stand out. So as you can see, everyone is using a white background. So if you would like to stand out between these competitors, you could like literally set up a studio or maybe use a picture where somebody is literally using the product, right? That would probably make you stand out in the first place. And we like to play around with images as well. So what we like to do is we have like the general image, and then if we only have the white background image, we always suggest to our clients, hey, maybe you should add a lifestyle image as well. We can A/B test with it, and 9 times out of 10 it will perform better because you will stand out from your competition. You have the GTIN code, just add it to the product feed because Google will connect the data of the GTIN with the data that Google has that you don't have any access to. So if you don't add any GTIN, you start with like a fresh product. And if you're, for example, a reseller and you have a product that other people sell as well, you just have to add the GTIN, and Google knows basically to which audience to connect which product to which audience, if that makes sense. In terms of the pricing, this is always a hard topic. If you have like a product that's literally the same as your competitor and they are offering for it for half the price, you probably cannot drop to below that price, or you cannot go anywhere near that price that they're offering it for. So then you have to find other ways to show the benefits of your product compared to them. So you could like do a you versus them on the product page or anything else. But if you have like the ability to play around with pricing a little bit, so either sometimes a sale or sometimes a price drop to experiment with that, I would highly suggest using the price attribute for that. So you have like the price attribute, and you have the sale price and the time when the sale is available. And besides that, you have like the general pricing attribute. If you have like 30 days consistently, or maybe even 60 days consistently of one price, let's say $100, and you drop it to 80, it shows in Google shopping results that there's a price drop, and that way you will stand out from the competition as well. If you would like to know more about all the product feed attributes that are available, I think these are probably the most important, but you can check this Google article right here. We'll include this document in the description for you to check it out. And as you can see right here, they basically provide everything there is to know about the product feed. And you probably are not like managing the spreadsheet on yourself. I hope you're probably using a tool for it to upload it to either a feed management tool like Channable or Data Feed Watch, or you're uploading it directly to Google Merchant Center in real time, and that way you can change some attributes in the Google Merchant Center, right? Let me shortly show you how we do that. So right here we have a Google Merchant Center with a client that has over 6,000 products, but those are all products within the same niche, right? So if we click the feed that we are currently using the most, we see that we have those more than 6,000 products. And how we manage this feed is either by customizing specific products to A B test with that, but we can also use this very cool feature within Google Merchant Center called feed rules. There's a little side note to be made here that Google is pushing everyone towards Google Merchant Center Next. In Google Merchant Center Next, there's not yet an availability to use feed rules, which is kind of stupid. But you can easily switch back to the regular Google Merchant Center if you click the help button right here. So if you are using Google Merchant Center Next, and you want to optimize your feed within the Google Merchant Center, I would suggest you clicking help here, going back to the old version, this version right here, and that way you do have access to feed rules, which basically looks like this. So we did set the brand within here. So it says attribute, brand, set to, and then the client name, right? The brand name. Then we have some custom labeling because we want to bid differently on different product groups and price ranges and everything. And we also optimize the title, like the base title of every product the same way. So we have the title, and then we created a rule that if product type contains a specific product, then add these keywords to the title. So that's basically what we did right here. And it works very well because this is like one of our clients where we hit the 5 or 6x ROAS and like the multiple seven figures. So I would say, depending on how eager you are to use other tools, using Google Merchant Center is probably a good beginning, a good start, right? And then you can just upload, create the feed rules for optimizing your base feed, and then sometimes making manual changes or utilizing even more feed rules to A/B test with that. And that's basically everything there is to know for product feed at this moment. Then we have the product page. So let's say you have a well optimized product feed and you are running the best campaigns out there. People click on your ad and then they land on the product page. You have to make sure that the product page is optimized for conversions. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. It has to be fast. It has to have a sleek design. It has to be responsive. So like 60 or 70% of all people on Google are searching on their mobile phone, especially in e-commerce. So make it responsive and make sure it's fast on mobile as well. And what you can do is you can go to pagespeed.web.dev and basically give in your URL right here, and it will analyze the performance of your website. So this is actually one that I'm going to include right here as well. Just doing some live edits, right? So fast design, responsive. It has to have some social proof. Use good images because people love to see images. And as I said, use those lifestyle images, not just a white background, because those don't work as well. Then we have some product recommendations for somebody clicking a product, and maybe you want to suggest another product, so there's more likability that they will buy. And then we have some AOV boosting principles, which I will walk you through in a bit, and just make sure there's an easy and fast checkout process so that people can add their card or payment method very easily, and maybe you have like a pre-fill option on your CMS, probably Shopify. So I would use that as well. And it's not that hard. I would say if you're into conversion rate optimization, you can probably do this yourself and make the suggestions to the client and they can change it. Or if you are a web developer as well, you can change it there, right? If you aren't, I would say get a conversion rate optimization expert on board and just make sure that that person creates like the redesigns, and then the client can create the product pages, the actual product pages, right? What I wanted to show you is this website right here, because I think it's very useful for you to know how you can do it right. So we have some benefits here: free shipping and returns on US orders, just a clear product title and a price. There's some social proof here, or interest-free payments, which is like a lot of a lot used nowadays. Then here's some benefits. So watch less, wear longer, simplify your life, everything, etc., etc. Then information about the model, which is very important for the fashion niche. And then if you look at the images, they're really good as well. So you have some model images, but also a lot of videos or GIFs as well. So I think we can learn a lot from this product page. Then we have a size which we can select, and then the add to cart pops up. If we click that, they have these AOV, average order value boosting principles. So you can save $25 if you buy a 3-pack, and people like saving money. So if you click shop now, you can add 2 others, or like you have the 3-packs right here. You can choose t-shirts that you want, and you can basically increase your order value right there. Then you have some features and benefits. So free shipping, 30-day money back guarantee. Then it's odor resistant, temperature regulating, fast drying, anti-wrinkle. And then we have some details about the product itself, and some extra information. Here's some social proof. So I think we can learn a lot from this product page. Here's some extra social proof, reviews from people who bought something here and are very happy. So this is a best practice as well. So yeah, I would say, and here some more social proof. I would say use this product page or like the bigger brand product pages as some kind of a template or a wireframe, and then you can increase those conversions and the average order value of your orders. That's it about the product page. Then the account structure. I can talk like 30 minutes at least about the ideal account structure. I think it's very important to know that a lot of factors depend on a lot of things within your brand, right? So if you have high ticket, it's different than low ticket. If you have fashion, it's different from home and living. If you ship globally, it's different from shipping locally. But did create like a framework called the Google Ads Scaling Codex, which is really useful to know. And I can quickly walk you through it to how to go from 1 order a day to 10 orders a day to 100 orders a day and more than 101 plus orders a day. So I will go over this very quickly, right? So we have 1 order a day. We use search and we use shopping. We optimize the feed and the product page, so we're all good to go. You can pause the video for some extra information, but I would say target search to long tail keywords and very high intent keywords, and the shopping campaign you set up to gather some conversion data on the account, right? Then you have basic Google Ads, basic conversion tracking, and basic conversion rate optimization, and make sure the checkout is good and people want the product. Then going to 10 orders a day, you increase the budget and you already have some proof of concept because you already have some conversions in the account. And with conversion data comes the amazing ability to run smart bidding and performance max campaigns, right? So what you do is you are still using search and shopping. Now we are moving more towards search and shopping for the brand related searches because people are probably looking at your brand. And then we use the performance max campaign type to target the people who are not particularly looking for your brand, but they are looking for your product, right? And you can just set it to maximize conversions if you want to get some more conversion in the account. Set a target ROAS bidding strategy later on, and just make sure you have good creatives, you have a good product page, product feed, everything that I told you about earlier as well. Right here, we have some advanced Google Ads, advanced conversion rate optimization, and advanced conversion tracking. So you want to have as much data in the account as possible. You have the proof of concept, so it's probably worth to run some Google Ads. And I would say set up enhanced conversion tracking with server-side tagging. And uploading customer lists will help you scale quicker because the account will even get smarter, right? That's very important. You can also run a dynamic search ad campaign, categorize the ad groups on the product categories, for example, and make sure you optimize the negative keywords right there so you stay relevant and get in even more sales and more new customers, because that's the most important part. Then once you got to 10 orders a day, we are moving towards 100 orders a day, and now we are utilizing the full, like I would say, like the full, and now we are using like the full potential that Google Ads has to offer, using not only search and shopping, but also YouTube remarketing, display remarketing, performance max campaigns for attracting new cold audiences, and automatically remarketing to new audience, to existing audiences. And we are also using demand generation campaign type to get into some new unknown people as well. With demand generation, you can use like lookalike audiences, which is very helpful. You can A/B test with different creatives. You can basically view demand generation as like a meta ads campaign type within the Google Ads platform, and it's very useful. We are running demand gen for a couple clients, and we see an uplift in conversions. We see an uplift in the branded searches, and it's basically connecting all the dots within the Google Ads backend, right? In terms of the product, you can launch limited time offers and create urgency to boost sales. And then after collecting a lot of reviews and testimonials, add them to your product pages as much as possible, right? Then, in terms of the checkout, optimize for international customers if applicable, with the right currency and the right targeted language. And you can introduce a loyalty program, especially when you have more than 100 orders a day, right? That's quite a lot. Then, if you want to scale even further, you have top level Google Ads, top level CRO, so you need to be optimizing every aspect that there is out there. Diversify your whole campaign setup. Set apart a big part of your budget to experiment with new campaign types, new creatives, new offers, everything, and just make sure you get the right people on board who dedicate a lot of their time into optimizing and making little tweaks just to get in even 1% better conversion, or just to tap in just like a small different market or anything else, right? As I said right here, continuously A/B test all aspects of the checkout process for ongoing optimization, and get a CRO specialist if you haven't already. So that's basically the Google Ads scaling codex in a nutshell. I actually created a longer video about this. I included in the document as well. It's just on YouTube, so you can view my channel for it as well. You can view it. I will go into detail, and that's probably what you want if you're looking for the right strategy. And that's basically everything there is to know for now in terms of the essential Google Shopping guide for 2024. So I want to thank you for watching. If you are interested in watching the Google Ads Scaling Codex extended version, you can click right here, because I will make sure the video is right there. Click the video and I'll see you there. And if not, I would wish you a very amazing day, and I hope you found this valuable. So bye-bye.